Hey, what's up guys? Torvald Uruz here with another Abyssal guide. This time I'm doing the T5 Exotic Gila. This one was actually quite easy. Not only do you get the kinetic bonus from the Gila's damage, but you also don't have to worry about NPCs having any increased hit points. So very big bonus to you. This was a lot easier than I thought. So easy in fact that I didn't have to use implants for this one. I really liked it. It's very smooth. Here is the fit. Nothing too crazy. It is a little expensive. Ignore that CPU implant. It is not necessary. One thing that I will add that could help you, there are two options for the high slot, that empty high slot. You can put a tractor beam or you could put a drone control range augmenter. Either one of those would help. You've got the fitting capability for it. I learned that through doing this video that I really wish I had one of those two. And once I start running this again, I will add that because it definitely will make a difference. I'm going to show you 4 rooms throughout this video. I'll put the timestamps below if you want to see specific rooms. But the first one here is the Overmind room. And this one actually had a really close call because I took a big chunk of damage out of nowhere. And it kind of got me clenching for a second. But overall, it was pretty easy. You can see the damage is great from this thing. First priority whenever you come into a room with a battleship is going to be anything that's going to slow you down or take your cap. In this case, with the Overmind, you're going to kill the snare casters first. And then me, I like to put drones on the battleship and then kill everything else with my missiles. If you're coming up against Charybdis Tyrannos, you'll want to kill all the entanglers and newts as quickly as possible while mitigating damage. You can see right there, I took that big chunk of damage and automatically heat on the hardeners. If you don't use hotkeys, I highly recommend it. They make Life and Eve so much easier. However, whatever it takes to get that heat, because you can see that big chunk of damage from that battleship. It was just a lucky hit. It did not happen again, so I was able to tank no problem. But just be aware of that and be thinking of what you need to do whenever that happens and be quick with it. A slow reaction time on that one will kill you if they're able to get another lucky hit off like that. But other than that, really easy. One thing that I do need to warn you about, and if you're not good about heat and repairing and all that, this is definitely something you need to be on top of. So as you can see, I had the heat, I have the heat damage. Be ready to repair. Once you've stabilized, you'll see all the heat damage on your modules. Take the opportunity before you go into the next room and go further into the abyss. Take the opportunity to really repair and get yourself in order. Always make sure you have paste with you before you actually activate, because you will be heating a lot throughout this. Take whatever opportunity you can to repair your modules as you're going through these rooms. It's better to repair before you activate the next gate. So if you're running low on time, you got to be thinking about that too, whether you have enough time to sit there and repair or not. This one should not have time issues. Like I said, the one thing that's really good about this Gila in exotics is it breezes through the sites. I even had a deep watcher room and they went a lot quicker than I thought it would. You can see right there, you can turn off shield boosters, run one, repair the other. You cannot repair if you're heating something else. So if you need the heat still, do not start repairing. If you did not know that, once you start heating something while repairing another object, it will turn off the one that you just tried to heat. So that could kill you. So do not try and heat as you're repairing something else. But there you go. You can see I've completed the room. Everything is repaired. I'm getting myself in order, get my shields repaired. And we are all good to go to the next room. The next one's not really tough. I recorded this one just to show you how quick you need to be with it. So this is all the frigates. And while this may not seem too hard, these frigates can really pack a punch if you let them, especially strike lances, because you are in an exotic site and they do kinetic damage, so you have that kinetic debuff. But what I wanted to show you here is just how quick you need to be with killing all these guys. So me, what I like to do, Caldari Navy drones for the application, and just set missiles and drones to 1 each target, and there you can just kill them all quickly, get them off the field, and it is really nice. You don't really need to focus your missiles and drones on the same thing. Each individual weapon source can kill one of these with no problem, as you can see right here. Assigning a drone to one, assigning each drone to a different target, and then missiles on another one, and it's a breeze. It's really easy, but you just need to know that, so that way you don't let these little drones get on top of you and really start packing a punch, because they will hurt. But I've never had an issue with this site, so I just wanted to show you that. That way you could get an idea of how you can work this. That way you're not focusing drones and missiles on the same thing and wasting valuable time. This can actually be one of your speed run rooms right here where you really breeze through and get some extra time. Again, like I've said before, I've never had time issues, but I just wanted to show you that room, give you an idea of how to handle it. I've had situations before where drone rooms took me by surprise and really destroyed my ship quicker than I thought, just because, you know, the kind of damage they can do. But yeah, that's that really quick, easy room. The next room here, the next two rooms actually are the toughest. I ran into a Leshak room that had 4 starving Leshaks, and I was like, perfect. This is a great test for this ship. Immediately, whenever you enter the room and you see 4 starving Leshaks on your overview, like this, your goal is going to be to turn around and fly away. So right there, you got the 4 starving Leshaks, you got renewing and striking Leshak. Go ahead and start targeting those starving Leshaks and fly directly away. Their newts are really, really powerful. They are battleships using newts, so they hurt a lot. And you being cap drained and getting hit by 6 Leshaks will not be good for you. So fly away, overheat the Afterburner if you need to. You shouldn't have to overheat shields too much, but obviously if you need to, do it. You can see how quickly they actually go down. And one mistake I actually made here, and this is why I talked about the drone control range augmenter earlier, is I only have a maximum drone target range or control range of 57 kilometers. And you can see here that I fly farther away than that, and my drones will not go after them. So what the drones are going to do in this situation, they're going to aggro whatever is within range that is attacking you. So right here, kind of a little mess up on my part, but I'm still going to continue on with my path away from the Leshaks. They've got that damage ramped up. I'm being neuted, so my best bet is to reset their damage while killing all these little guys, which, you know, the little guys aren't really that important. They're not doing much damage, but my main focus here is to get away from the newts and to reset the damage. And you can tell when the Leshak's damage is reset by that moment right there, when their weapon shuts off and is no longer on you. So right here, none of those Leshaks are attacking me. I just reset the last one. As they attack you, their damage builds up. So there's the reason for that right there. Now I'm going to go back in, and obviously first priority is going to be the starving Leshaks as soon as I get within that 57 kilometers. And you can see how quickly these guys go down. They're not strong at all. You've got the renewing Leshak. They're all remote repairing each other, but you are in a kinetic site, exotic site. So you're going to be doing a lot of damage, and they're not going to last long. So right here, you're good. Again, just if you need to reset damage, like I said, that Dro control range augmenter really helps in the high slot. If you can, you know, if you want to put that on there, it'll stop you from being put in a position where I was just put in, where, you know, my drones couldn't go farther than 57 kilometers. But you can see how quickly these guys die. Very easy. It's just that initial engagement where there are that many Leshaks, and even if there aren't starving Leshaks, these guys do a lot of damage. So your best bet, no matter what, if you've got more than 5 Leshaks on grid, your best bet is to start flying away and getting away from them, because their damage ramped up really does hurt. It can do a number on your tank, and, you know, with enough ramped up damage, they will break you pretty easily. So kind of gauge that. Like I said, if there's more than 5 Leshaks, consider, even if they're not starving Leshaks, consider flying away from them. Other than that, this room shouldn't cause too much issues. Again, repair your modules whenever you get a chance. Right here would be a good time, because I'm only using that one shield booster, so I can start repairing the shield booster and the battery just to get that heat damage off them, so I have them fresh for the next one. And then once you feel good with not having much of a threat or anything left that can kill you, start doing stuff like repairing the Afterburner and whatnot. I'm going to leave the adaptive and the shield booster on till I kill this last one, just to be safe. But as one shield booster is repaired, you can turn off the other and start repairing that one. So keep that in mind right there. It's a nice good tactic. Being able to keep running one shield booster by repairing the other, and then flipping once that first shield booster is fully repaired. But there's a little Leshak room. You can notice it did not take a lot of time. Like I said, once you get these drones on them, once you get your weapons on them, I actually recommend using Tech 2 drones for that, because they do more damage, but it doesn't matter too much. And that is that room. It wasn't really bad. You know, just fly away from the starving Leshaks and boom, you are good to go. The next room is another infamous one that kills many people, the starving Vedmak room. And this is actually the one where I had the closest call and the most trouble in terms of tank and capacitor and whatnot. So here we've got 3 starving Vedmaks and 2 starving Damavix. So those right away are immediately priority number 1. And you can kind of determine how you want to do it. I decided that I want to go for the Damavix first. Since the Damavix are micro warp driving, they're going faster, I decided that I can kill them first before worrying about the Vedmak. So you can see how quickly the Damavix go down. Like, look at how much damage the missiles are doing. Take them out first while those Vedmaks are getting into range. I leave the missile launcher on the Damavik because the missiles can kill that. Now this is where things get a little hairy, and you've got to be on your game. You're going to have all these Vedmaks, and their damage isn't going to be too much at the beginning, but it's still enough to make me have to heat and everything, and they are starving you, so time is extremely important here, and just focusing damage, bringing down the Vedmaks. Thankfully, they die pretty quickly, and they're not too much an issue. Right here, you can see my shields are low, so I decide I'm going to go ahead and take that hard shell, even with heat and everything. I don't want to. I'm kind of afraid of burning out my stuff. I've had some bad experiences in the past, so I hesitate with heat. But you've got quite a bit of room to play with heat there. You can let them run a couple cycles with heat, and it's not too dangerous. Like I said, I've had a bad experience where I left stuff on heat, and it got burnt out, so I'm kind of cautious with it. But yeah, blue pill is an absolute last resort. I don't like risking negative effects, even if you have the skills to negate those or reduce the chances. I still don't like using blue pill unless it's absolutely necessary, and it kind of got close there for a second. Again, repair your modules whenever you get a chance. At this point, I know I'm 100% in the clear to where I can just run one shield booster and repair the other. So I'm going to start repairing because I know I'm not going to need heat much. Yeah, it's incredible how fast those Vedmaks went down. I was actually pretty surprised by that. I came into this room knowing that my tank and everything would struggle, but I didn't really expect them to die that quickly. But yeah, it was really nice seeing how quickly they died. If they didn't die that quickly, say you're running a firestorm and they've got increased hit points from the actual site itself, and on top of that, the damage from the thermal damage bonus, that's not good for you. Even though you do bonus from the thermal damage as well, it still benefits them more because they've got the tanks. That'd be a little bit tougher, but that is why this thing excels in the exotic sites, and I really like it. It works like a charm. I've been breezing through these sites, and I like the fact that it does not require implants. So if you want to be safe, if you've got the extra ISK, you can throw the implants in there, say mid-grade crystals and some rapid light missiles or anything of that nature, the 7 through 10 slots, however you want to go about that. I was able to run a bunch of these just fine without implants. I guess the added cost to give that extra little safety net, maybe faster clear time, would be worth it. However, I wanted to show you all that you did not need implants to complete this. So there's that Gila. It's 1.8 bill. It works like a charm. I had a lot of fun with it. Made some good money with it, as long as RNG gods were blessing me. If you have any questions about this fit or the methods I use, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it, guys, and I'll see you next time in my next Abyssal Guide video.